Good morning, and thank you for allowing me just a few minutes to talk about the capital campaign this morning. I'm not going to talk so much about my story because I want to spend these minutes talking about our story, talking about this place where we come to celebrate liturgy, to experience fellowship, to enjoy the high holy days and holidays of our lives, to feed the homeless, and to provide meals for those with HIV and AIDS. Really the place where we experience the transformative nature of our faith. This place, which does all of that and so much more, really is in great need. And that's, of course, what this capital campaign is about. It's about the invitation to us to respond to this need. You've heard a lot about the projects, about the organ, which is certainly the foundation of this campaign, why this campaign was started, and is central to our worship community. Last week, Chris talked about the windows. I'd like to focus on a couple of the other projects, which I think are so important. As the people's warden, I sometimes get calls in the middle of the night from the security company as they're doing their rounds. And not long ago, they stopped somebody who was throwing large rocks against the glass doors trying to break into the large hall. And Ken told me of a fire that was started in the old drinking fountain, right up against the wall and under the overhang. So dangerous. And then a couple of years back, a homeless man was found sleeping in the sacristy using our vestments for covers. It really is the case that we need to pay attention to the security of this place. There are beautiful renderings of gates and other security things that we have in mind for this place, not to create a place where people are not welcome, but to take care of the history and meaningfulness of this place. The other thing's the kitchen. I don't know if you've been in the kitchen lately, but I'd invite you to take a look after Mass. It's a wreck, right? The cabinet doors are falling off. The counter next to the sink is rotted away. We regularly put down mouse traps in there, and that stove is really held together with grease and prayers. It really needs help and attention. And of course, it's a good week to mention how nice it would be to have simple air conditioning and heating units in the church. I was hoping it was going to be hotter today, actually, so I could push that point home, but it really may seem a little daunting for us to think about making a donation to a capital campaign. Maybe $5,000 or $10,000. I know it was for my husband and I when we sat down and started thinking about it. But once I started doing the math and realizing what those monthly payments would be over 3, 4, 5 years, which is really what this campaign is about, right? A window where we make a pledge now and pay that pledge over 1, 3, 5 years. Then the payments started seeming much more manageable to us. And I'd invite you to think about giving in that way as well. The need really is great. And if I could just throw a little commercial in here for the Julian Sands production. The Capital Campaign Committee is sweetening the pot a little bit. For those who make a donation of $5,000 or more between now and May 31st, you'll receive 2 VIP tickets to that Julian Sands production, which includes great seats, of course, but also a pre-reception with Mr. Sands in the rectory garden. And those are worth $250 a piece. So that's just an added incentive if you've been thinking about making a pledge that maybe this would be a good time to do it. On a personal level, this is just a really appropriate week for me to be talking about the campaign and my pledge to it. Today would have been my grandmother's 95th birthday. Tomorrow will be my mother's 74th birthday. The next day will be my 49th birthday. I know, right? I don't see it either. Thank you, Carolyn. You're right. I don't look it. 2 days after that marks the 21st anniversary of the death of my brother Michael from AIDS. This week is just full of emotions of appreciation for life and sorrow for the loss of it. And I mention that because I made my pledge in memory of my brother Michael. And I'd encourage you to think about doing something similar, regardless of the size of your pledge, because it gives me really great joy to know that in responding to the need, I'm also honoring my brother in a way that is lasting and meaningful. And so I'd encourage you to think about doing something similar. You know, it's a big project. We've raised over $400,000. We still have a ways to go, but the Capital Campaign Committee is optimistic about our chances. And if we are able to do everything we hope, it will make this place even better than it already is. A tough task for sure. I'll end with this by Christopher Logue. Come to the edge. It's too high. Come to the edge. It's too far. Come to the edge. He pushed and we flew. Thank you.